Now, again, what is respectful or unrespectful? Okay, if I'm talking to someone and they're disrespecting me, I do what? Forgive them. Why? What can I do about it? Condemn them and go to hell with them? You don't get that, do you? No, you don't. See, you're condemning them over a few words you don't like or the way they're saying it. Don't you think Satan does that too? But Jesus said, forgive and ye shall what? Be forgiven. Be forgiven, right? Condemn and ye shall what? Be condemned. Be condemned. Why? Good and evil, good and evil. See, evil condemns, good forgives. Right? It's only one way to be good, right? Two. See, if you got two polar opposites, one is not good. Hello. Right. One is the opposite of good. One is showing you good, right? Which is why you can get away with evil too, right? And one is showing you the opposite of good or evil, right? That's why Jesus said, else make the tree good and its fruit good, or make the tree evil and its fruit evil. You're lukewarm. You're neither good or evil. You're good and evil. Ain't that what the tree was called they ate of anyway? The tree of the knowledge of good and evil. That's why I talk about love and good and evil, right? As well being also yin and yang and polar opposites. Or hatred and evil, right? You understand? But all hatred is evil, I know. Right? But when he says hate, they're evil. But unto what point? That you don't do it yourself. Don't do what they do and act like they act, or you're like them. No. You're condemning for a few words, choice words you don't like people saying, though they mean something, right? Like the word shit. I don't spell it out for the kiddies, right? Or fuck. Again, it means fornication, unlawful carnal knowledge. It's an acronym. No. There's no sin in saying an acronym or saying the whole thing out either. You're making it a sin. And you're condemning your children. Yeah. And yourself for even thinking it. That's what Jesus meant. If you condemn those who commit adultery and you look upon a woman with lust, you've already committed it in your heart if you condemn. Kirk. Same with the male. If you look upon a male and you condemn homosexuality, right, you've done committed it in your heart. You see? If you what? Condemn. No. That's why it appears to man to be good to judge unto what point? The condemnation. That's the wrong side. And forgiveness, though, is what? Always good. Always good. Now, if we're fighting and I accidentally hurt you, that's self-defense for me, right? Not for you, you're attacking me, right? But what's the difference? I'm trying to forgive you for attacking me and get you to stop attacking me, right? I don't want to kill you. You want to kill me over a female or something. You know wants to be with me by now. You're interfering in it. And she's mad with you. Which is what I'm trying to teach her too. Don't be mad with them. No. They're mad with you for wanting me because I'm a better person than them. And they don't want to admit that's the whole reason you want me in the first place, right? Don't be like them, though, or you won't get me either. Forgive me for finding you attractive, too, with the women I've found attractive before, during, and after you as well, but I try to behave myself around you, right? They're just using you as a bait anyway because you're what I want. All right? That's the point. You also can't ensnare a man without falling into your own trap. If you're saying I'm a pedophile because I want a virgin, and a virgin in Georgia has to be 16 and older before she can be with me, right? And I'm trying to wait for a girl to reach that age before I try to be with her, right? You even looking at the girl as if someone I might would be with is sin for you. Why? You're right. I might would be with her when she's 16. But for instance, okay, it's been 19 years, all right, since I got back to Georgia, technically, right? Somewhere in there, right? And again, right, in 96, something like that, right? Maybe a little bit more, maybe 23 years, right? That's also a year later is when Mary Bell got pregnant, right? By somebody, right? Though she's denying he's mine, right? Why, I don't know, but okay, I gotta let her do that because I don't know what's going on there. She does. I gotta trust her though more than I understand. Or can see, right? That's still loving her, right? In a way, and still being faithful to her the best I can. Not sure what's going on, right? But again, I can't make her come back, right? That's not my job either. I'm to love her and forgive her for whatever's going on because I don't know everything, right? I'm a man, right? Every day I have to learn things anew, right? Some things I have, like I told you, in my memory banks, and some things I got to learn anew, right? That's everybody, right? But you can learn something new every day if you are open minded to new experiences too, right? That's up to you. Now, Jeremiah continues with the idea of Isaiah. In that, he talks of men crying out as women in travail. Or about to give birth. Now, I done read to you the passages in Isaiah 2:42 to show you that it's the Lord also that will cry out. But, now, listen to what is said of Jesus, though, who in 53 14. As many were as I'm trying to figure out the word astonished, maybe. At the his visage was so marred more than any man. in his form more than the sons of men, right? So shall he sprinkle many nations, the kings shall shut their mouths at him, for that which had not been told them shall they see, and that which they had not heard shall they consider. Now, that was 52. Now in 53, I already read some of that to you. He has no form or comeliness that you should desire him. What does that mean, right? People, okay, don't understand, no, or think it was he was just beaten so bad, right? Well, a lot of people are beaten so bad. You still know if they're a man or a woman, right? Right. But there's something different about this one. Yet it pleased the Lord to humble him. Bruise him. He hath put him to grief when what or when thou shalt make his seed in offering for sin. He shall see his seed, and that's why it suggests he might have had daughters but not sons, right? He shall prolong his days in the pleasures, or I'm sorry, of the Lord shall prosper in his hand. He shall see of the travail of the soul, and shall be satisfied by his knowledge. Shall my righteous servant justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities. Therefore will I divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong. He, because he hath poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressor, and he bare the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressor. That's what I'm trying to do as Jesus too. Are you being as Jesus, forgiving and trying to help the sinner realize the evil they're doing is playing God and judging and condemning, right, to death, right, even their own self, right? Or are you doing the same thing Satan did, right? Which is the opposite of that, right? Condemning, hating, and causing the sinner to sin, right? By tempting Adam and Eve to eat of the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil in the first place, okay? Right? Ain't that enough, you say so? Right. Well, what if it was also having sex with his human form, right? Like I said, right? Also in Eden, as the representation of God's form was in Eden as well. That's at least three beings, right? In Eden. And one of them was Adam and Eve.